Welcome. This is the next game alphabetically in my Steam library. Is AI, the Somnium Files. It is by the same creators as one of my favorite series, the Zero Escape series. And I got this game for Christmas, like 2 Christmases ago, and just have never gotten around to playing it. So we're going to start it today. And generally the way the series works is I play the first hour and then give my thoughts as to how I'm liking the game and whether I think it's worth purchasing. This game also has a sequel that is also in my Steam library, which I will actually be skipping over because I won't have finished the first game yet. But hopefully this will give us an impression of the whole series. One thing that's important to keep in mind about this game is that it is a more mature rated game. Going by Zero Escape, there are probably sexuality and violence, so viewer discretion advised. I know a lot of the games that I play are a little bit more family friendly. This one will not be. Even when I went live on Twitch, it was like, hey, this has a mature content warning, so just be aware, people are probably gonna get murdered, and there's, like, sexual humor and stuff, probably, so it's just, you know, more of an adult game. But yeah, I guess we can go ahead and jump into it here. New game. English. Yes. Autosave, okay, good to know. Let's work of fiction. Going through the thunder clouds. Circus tent? Suddenly Dark Moon Circus? Super S is probably my least favorite season. I was not a huge fan of the whole Darkwing Circus thing. Somebody tied up on the carousel. That's not good. Oh, they are dead, I think. Well, she is dead. With fear. Flashing back? Don't like that very much. Can we go through that? Thank you. Loon Park, Friday, 10:54 p.m. Tutorial. During investigations, the main character, Date, I'm assuming it's Date and not Date, inspects scenes and collects testimony. Progress by examining objects and talking to people. Okay, so a little bit Phoenix Wrighty here. Date's position is fixed, but you can move the cursor and your view. Try looking around and moving the cursor to find something that catches your eye and inspect it. There's a fence set up around the merry-go-round, probably to prevent nosy kids from getting caught in the machinery. The body is mounted on one of the horses. I should get a better look. I took a step forward.
Sorry, sir. Could you please not get any closer? We haven't taken any footprints yet. I appreciate your understanding.
Allow me to assist you.
Date has heterochromia, that is, eyes of two different colors. That's Iba. Her official designation is Eyeball. That's a funny pun. She's an artificial intelligence built into my fake eye. Oh, so that's why he has heterochromia. One of his eyes is fake. An AI for an eye.
You want me to use the zoom, right?
Correct. That will allow you to investigate without physically disturbing the scene.
Iba's vision modes. While playing through the story, Iba's special vision modes may help you obtain new information. You can now use the zoom mode to enlarge the target. Select zoom and examine the corpse. You could also view the controls in F1. Okay, so this is how I look around, is arrows. It's a bench. Parasol is getting pelted by the rain. The panda ride looks lonely.
A horse from merry-go-round. It looks like it's skewered.
This is not a message from the criminal. The park was already in this state before the crime. My best hypothesis is that this is the result of a teenage prank.
You, Iba? It's good to know. The old Ferris wheel's over there. Feels like an enormous eye staring down at you. I'm getting a sense of You're always being watched. Red barrier line wraps around the scene. In the old days, they used yellow caution tape for this. Now we've got cheap hologram technology that can do the job even better. Alright, so we're a little bit in the future. Well, sometimes we use good old-fashioned yellow tape. It's a metal pole. Oh, okay. It's been 8 years since Bloom Park closed. The weather's gotten to it pretty bad. Okay. Is this the control room? The place where the operator sits to turn the ride on and off? I took a look inside, but didn't see anything that might be a clue. Okay. We're in the control room. There are no leads here. So it looks like the cursor changes when you've already gotten all the text you can from an item. Choices and look. When you speak to a person, you'll be presented with choices and look. Use the choices to select the topic of conversation. Look will allow you to observe the person you are speaking to.
It's my duty, sir. Thank you. Wow, I never thought a great detective like you would ask me my name.
Ooh, I'm a great detective.
It's Kagami, sir. Not yet, sir.
An inspector from Metro. I hope he finds a lead.
Not too good, unfortunately. We're not finding much.
Local cop. More security forces, the bench. A little bit of police tape there. Oh, cityscape. These skyscrapers crowd each other. Alright. The sky. The rain is depressing. Has it been like this all day? Okay. Doesn't look like it's letting up any. It's the main column holding up the roof. Alright. So I think the main thing I need to do now is look at. Well, you can also use WASD to move the cursor, besides the mouse. And space allows you to click. So you can use keyboard only for this if you want. We're gonna try doing zoom.
The left eye socket is vacant. Victim has had her left eyeball removed.
Left eye.
My
The
left
most
eye is
likely
missing.
scenario is that the killer or killers removed it.
Well, we don't know that for sure. A crow or some other animal could have pulled it off the corpse.
It's true.
Impossible. The
Oh.
amount of blood indicates that the victim's eye was removed before her death.
They
Okay.
carved it out while she was still
That's
alive.
horrifying.
Correct.
Like we said, mature rating.
I am detecting signs of increased stress in your body. Cortisol and ACTH concentration is rising.
Don't bug me with jargon right now, alright? I'm just upset.
Multiple puncture wounds to the front of the torso. Cause of death? Blood loss from these wounds. Body temperature and rigor mortis indicate the time of death was approximately 6 hours ago.
So at
That
night,
would
she was
place
killed
the
at
crime
night.
occurring around 5 p.m.
Several puncture wounds, but no cuts or tears. That
The victim was
means
probably stabbed with something pointed and smooth, like an ice pick.
of course from the merry-go-round. anything else to look at. How do I get out of... There's a log, too. Oh, exit escape. Okay, so that gives me everything I've seen. I can ask him his name again. He'll probably get upset that I forgot it. Anything on the ground we can use? Boss. So what am I doing here?
Are you serious? You're Special Agent Kaname Date. You're a member of Abyss, and that means you answer to me. I called you here to inspect the scene, Date.
Sure, boss. But inspecting dead bodies isn't usually part of the job.
Usually, no. But tonight it is. Because you know this woman, don't you, Date? I had to tell you. You deserve to know.
Oh, I guess that's why he's getting upset.
Not yet. We just found the victim. Too early to say anything for sure. But this could be a copycat killer at work. From the case 6 years ago.
The case 6 years ago?
For whatever reason, she didn't elaborate. A case 6 years ago? Okay, so I don't know about it.
It's unusual for this time of year. It'll be hard to find any usable prints. Metro got a call about 2 hours ago. Someone heard screaming coming from the park. Beat cop responded, checked out the scene.
And found the corpse.
Yeah.
They heard screaming 2 hours ago, but the body's been there dead for 6 hours.
Thing is, the caller was anonymous. I'll give you the details later.
That doesn't make any sense. After finishing discussing a topic with someone, they might have new things to talk about. When talking to people, choose topics that interest you. You might obtain important information or clues. Selecting log will allow you to recap any previous conversations. I call her boss. She runs Abyss, a special branch of Metropolitan Police Department. I report directly to her.
Her name's Nadami Shoko. You knew her, right? What was the relationship like? I heard you two have been close for years.
I wouldn't say that. We were just acquaintances. What was that?
Analyzing the source of the sound. Sonic analysis indicates the sound originated from inside the merry-go-round's central column.
Inside the column?
Date, use me to see through the column. Utilize the X-ray mode.
X-ray. There's a person hiding in there.
It appears as though someone is inside.
Threw down my umbrella and ran to the pillar.
Hey, wait!
Shut up!
Pushed him aside and ran up on the platform.
Hey, I know you're in there. If you can hear me, say something.
Why? Looking closely, I found a small handle on the column. I grabbed it hard and tried to pull it open.
It won't budge.
It may be locked from the inside.
Damn it. Hey, whoever's in there, stay back. Suki.
Guess that would be why we heard screaming 2 hours ago. It's probably her.
is this place?
This is your dream.
I'm... me.
Correct. You are Date.
And you are? Where do I even start with this?
I can answer all of your queries.
Alright then. Who are you?
I'm me, of course.
I know that voice. Iba?
Indeed.
Why do you look like a fluorescent shrimp?
What are you talking about? I must look so cute that you've lost your mind. Under normal circumstances, I would lecture you about your awful taste, but...
What are you doing in my dream?
You called me. My consciousness and your own are linked. This is why I appear in your dreams. Consider me an alter ego. But I shouldn't waste time explaining further. You will have forgotten this by the time you wake up. I will discuss this with you soon, when you're awake.
We're
Putting that
lucid
aside,
dreaming, kind of,
do you
but
recognize this room?
No, not at all.
I suppose that's fine. Let us begin.
Begin what?
Somnium scan. Activate. Got it.
Got what?
I have completed a scan of your somnium, your dream world. My simulations have encountered several mental locks.
Mental locks?
Have you already forgotten? Even your critical thinking abilities have dulled.
Huh?
In short, Somnium is a world built from the deepest recesses of your consciousness. This world is divided into several layers. Each layer stands upon a foundation, a base component. Think of these foundations as mental blocks, or simply locks for convenience. Mental locks must
we
be
have
broken
to
before we can
escape?
descend deeper into consciousness.
must we seek a way out?
The truth is always hidden within the deepest layers. Therefore, we must...
Remove the mental locks?
Correct.
So I just need to turn on all the lights and open the door? Shouldn't be too hard.
Don't be so sure. Appearances in this world can be deceiving. Let's start with the door. Please direct me to the door and give me instructions.
I see. So I can do whatever I want with you in this world.
Well, I suppose that is true, but...
Alright, let's do this.
I feel like a little innuendo. Sinking in the brain. And, brain has AI, lowercase, to be like, hey, it's AI, see, it's the thing. Wake Date up. Date's dream world. In this strange and surreal dream, trust the light to wake up Date. Insomnia, you explore a dream to discover the subject's hidden memories. Okay, so it sounds like right now we're in my dream, but that's only because it's a tutorial, and the future dreams we'll be exploring are like other people's. That's kind of cool. Unlocking the mental locks will allow you to travel deeper into the dream. Unlocking all of them will reveal important information. A guide to unlocking the mental locks is displayed in the upper left corner. First, move Iba closer to the door and investigate. Yep. There we go.
A door locked with a padlock.
When investigating things, you can choose from a number of options to give Iba instructions. For now, have Iba investigate the door.
all I have to do is open this door. I can't touch it. That is to be expected. Dreams are not bound by logic. This is Date's Somnium, a reality built by dreams.
My Somnium?
I see. Your mental faculties must be hazy because your body is currently sleeping. I suppose I will have to explain.
I'd rather you not disturb my precious sleep.
Shut up and listen.
Oh, light.
Date, look at that. The places where the light touches have become colored. Perhaps those parts are now tangible. Every human mind is unique. Every human dream has its own set of rules.
I see.
If you understand these rules, the dream world itself becomes malleable. Who was that?
I don't know.
You must know. This is your dream. It is created from your memories.
I don't know what to tell you. I have no idea who that was.
You may remember upon reflection.
I need to give you commands that will unlock the mental locks, right?
Indeed, but it is difficult to predict exactly how an object will behave in Somnium. Think outside the box. Trying different actions will help solve the problem.
Now, what should I have you do?
Don't forget that I have a veto.
Object floating name. New object has appeared. Move quietly to it and investigate. It's glowing thing over here.
A winter iris.
What?
Do you not recognize it? This is an iris that blooms in winter.
A flower with a woman's name. Hey, I didn't know you could smell.
I can't. I'm pantomiming. Is it easier to visualize this way?
Sure. Whatever. Not enough.
Pardon?
Harder. You gotta smell it harder.
What?
Amazing suction. Bravo. Marvelous.
What are you experiencing so regularly to cause this to happen in your dreams?
You were able to touch it.
Correct.
So, I just need to keep this up?
Something like that.
You can check your progress on the left side of the screen. Your actions just now advanced your progress, apparently. Reach the end to clear Somnium. You can view the controls in the menu.
A switch. The thorns are gone.
Oh, because she destroyed the plant, I guess, by sniffing it really hard.
Now I can activate the switch.
Another person.
Isn't this rewarding, Date? Another place you can touch.
I would rather be sleeping.
You unlocked the turn on the light mental lock. There's another mental lock in this Somnium. Unlock the next mental lock using the guide Open the Door as a lead. You can always check the tutorial by going to Menu File Appendix. Okay. That's not the door we need to open. We need to open the one that has, like, the... spaces.
A basket. I cannot see inside it. A model of a UFO, a stuffed chupacabra, and a $1 bill.
Occult stuff, maybe?
Does the cult interest you, Date?
The truth is out there.
It is a trending topic. Anyone could have encountered items such as these.
True. Somebody's into the occult.
This is somewhat different than a cult.
Oh, I guess I can't investigate the basket any additional.
A floor lamp shaped like a rose. It won't move.
It must mean I don't flinch. I hold my ground like a mountain.
I interpret it more as your irritating personality spreading like pollen in the wind.
The tears won't stop. Must be allergies.
You're just sleepy. A lamp.
Off the
But
light.
how? I cannot find a switch or a plug.
Even in my dream, I don't get what I want.
In fairness, this is your memory, but this is not your house.
It's somebody else's house. Somebody from my memory. I have no idea. It could be anyone.
Not necessarily. Dreams do contain an element of randomness, but oftentimes they draw together individuals with strong personal connections. Dreams are constructed similarly to how information is transmitted through the brain.
So what do you take away from all this?
Don't turn off the light. I want to see this.
That was kind of dirty.
Shut up. A lamp.
Now.
Huh?
Oh.
You don't have to kick it so hard.
Give it everything you've got. That's my motto.
It didn't even budge.
I saw the skeleton's skull move slightly. Hey, Date, are we gonna get him too? Huh?
What are you, a thug?
Now I can investigate the skeleton.
A skeleton. It appears to be bleeding from the left eye. There are traces of blood around the left eye socket.
Even though it's just bone?
The skeleton is clinging to some small bit of life.
I hope my bones die and stay dead. They should.
A skeleton. Know this, skeleton. I harbor no grudges against you. Hi-ya! What?
But look! The wall!
Oh, did we just lose? Are there lose conditions?
Do you have an irrepressible urge for destruction you've been holding back all this time?
Even if I did, adults have to learn moderation, you know.
1 second, we're gonna run an ad. I'm gonna get a, let's see which. Still has about 30 seconds left. And we are back.
Who is he?
Are you sure you don't know?
I don't know. He looks like some old man.
You could describe him a little more generously.
Boss is sleep talking. A hidden item? Insomnia? There's always one somewhere? No more. I can't eat anymore. I'm stuffed. I don't know what that means, but okay. There's a big hole in the world now. It's a gun.
A gun came out of the skull? It won't go off?
That should be fine.
Look at this hot magnum. I could ventilate some crooks with this thing.
Don't get excited.
Remind you of anyone?
No.
A door locked with a padlock. Do you think something this size would fit?
Maybe.
Might fit if you work it in a little.
The plant went up her nose, so
Try just the
clearly
I suppose. I see. The gun was the key.
Well, well, well. It seems I was key in helping us escape.
Okay, that's it. This dream is over.
I suppose this dream is over then. Guess I'll wake up now.
Good. I'll open it.
hey, clear Date Somnium. Day 2, Saturday.
Good morning, Date. I was waiting for you.
Oh. I was expecting like a cutscene.
Hey, remember the case you brought up yesterday? The one that happened 6 years ago?
Date, forget about it.
What?
It's been a long time since I've been at a crime scene, and I got a little carried away, and... Look, it was a slip of the tongue, okay? Shouldn't have said anything.
That just makes me want to know even more.
That case has nothing to do with this one.
But it might. Last night you said this could be a copycat crime.
Yes, that's my point. It might be a copycat killer, but it can't be the same killer. That's impossible. Literally impossible. So it's not necessary for you to know about past cases. It would only cloud your judgment.
I don't accept that.
Just give it up, Date. Who do you think I am, Date?
My boss? Commander of Abyss Metropolitan Police Department?
I mean, my name.
Huh. I honestly don't know. I've been calling you boss for 6 years, so...
Trust me, it's been more than 6 years.
Oh, I suffer from memory disorder. Don't remember anything past 6 years ago.
Wait, what does your name have to do with our investigation?
Because if you knew me well enough, you wouldn't have to ask.
Ah, so, nothing to report then. Got it.
Where do you think you are, Agent?
Metro Police Building in Kasumigaseki.
Underground. We're 6 stories underground.
Yeah, what about it?
No windows. It's suffocating in here. Dark and dreary all the time. So, I try to make my office colorful. Liven things up a little. It's like a party, right? I want it to feel fun in here.
Alright.
Interrogators say she hasn't said a word since we found her.
The doctors say she's traumatized. She can't speak. She's seeing a specialist at Central Hospital right now.
Did you take her to the hospital after we found her?
Yeah.
Were you with her this whole time? You're like her legal guardian, then.
No, she just lives with me.
In any case, we're not going to get anything from her. I don't know if I would call them leads.
What about the ice pick? The one we found in Mizuki's hand?
We were able to identify the manufacturer, but it's sold nationwide. It would be impossible to pin down the buyer.
Damn.
We did determine that the shape of the pick and the puncture wounds on the victim match perfectly. We also discovered that the blood on the pick is the victim's.
Meaning that ice pick was probably the murder weapon.
Almost definitely.
Have you picked up Renju yet?
He's at a police station nearby being interviewed. He's not a suspect yet, just standard procedure stuff.
Who is Shoko? Feel like I'm supposed to know who Shoko is? Maybe Shoko's the murder victim? That's all I can think.
I wonder what Renju was doing last night. I did call him a few times. He didn't answer.
He didn't?
No.
The local police tried his phone too, but they got the same result. No one was able to get a hold of him until this morning. We explained the situation to him. Had him verify Shoko's corpse, and naturally started asking him questions. The pick Mizuki was holding, the only prints on it are hers. The evidence is really stacking up against her.
No. She couldn't have done it. That's impossible.
Her own mother.
Well, then you better hurry up and clear her. She is important to you, right? Let's see. We have some more information about the victim, Shoko Nadami. It's up on the database. Although it's probably nothing you don't already know.
Well, maybe not. I haven't seen her for over a year.
Still, you know more about her than anyone else on the case, right? It's part of the reason why I assigned you to this.
Nadami Shoko, 36 years old. Female. Residence, Meguro District. Met Date Kaname 5 years ago through her husband, Okira Renju. Date and Renju were so-called old drinking buddies. Renju and Shoko had one child together, a daughter named Mizuki, the prime suspect of this case. 4 years ago, they were divorced. Shoko returned to using her maiden name, Nadami.
I should also give you this. It's a picture of Shoko. You'll need this when you're trying to get information, right? Since you don't have a cell phone. The person who reported the screaming?
Right.
Unfortunately, not yet.
What's the holdup?
They didn't identify themselves over the phone.
But you should have a location by now.
All we know is that it was a payphone.
A payphone? That's odd.
Payphones even still exist?
It is unusual. Whoever it was clearly didn't want us knowing their identity. It may have even been the killer.
Hello!
No, not hello. I told you not to just pop out of nowhere like that.
I do not understand your concern. Boss knows me by now.
Well, still.
It's a little unnerving.
I haven't been getting a lot of exercise lately.
You're joking, right?
The official title is AI Ball. You may call her Iva. The artificial intelligence contained within this sphere is nothing short of miraculous. An autonomous artificial intelligence birthed from collective nanotechnology.
Yoder looks like a frickin' supervillain.
Its ability to think is controlled by a program we call the Wadjet system. Special Agent Date, from today forward, this is your partner. She will be your personal computer and your personal companion.
Shelves. Mercy.
Overall length of 15.35 inches, width of 8.8, height of 5.35, and a body weight of just a hair over 830 grams. This RC car has friction dampers on the front and rear axles as well.
How do you know all this stuff?
I used to be a flag girl for RC car racing in my glory days.
I've been thinking a lot lately. About myself, if I have another mind inside me, am I really me?
Well, it reminds me of something Arthur Rimbaud once wrote. I is another.
Meaning what?
You have to figure that out for yourself. That's the point.
Hey boss, is it possible to do something about her personality?
Don't ask me, I didn't create her. Get Pewter to tinker with her.
Wasn't the AI ball your idea though?
Yeah, but I didn't choose her personality or the way she talks. You can thank Pewter for that.
You are a handsome looking man. Oh, now stop it.
Are you okay, Date?
Perhaps it's time for his medication.
Hello, me. Did you know that the Zhuang people are the largest ethnic minority in China? Yeah, just a little trivia for you. I'm full of useful information. Who are you? My name is Kanami Date. I work as a special agent for the investigation squad Abyss at MPD. Hey, what does love mean to you?
Where is this coming from?
Just answer the question.
Let me guess. You're asking me because the Japanese word for love is I, right? Like a pun? I'm right, aren't I? You dork.
That hurts, you know. Hey, so about my left eye.
Now's not the time to talk about that.
Okay. Try some more.
Is that a serious question? We've been partners for 5 years. You know who I am. Aren't I? I receive that compliment frequently.
Your attitude isn't, though.
So, am I cute or not cute?
I was joking.
I don't understand your joke. Can you explain what's funny about it?
Okay, really now. What's the real reason you came out?
There is something I need to report to the boss.
To me?
Correct. I could have had the message relayed through Date, but that would have been less efficient. I concluded that it was better to have the both of you hear this together.
Aren't you wasting a lot of time explaining this?
Please listen quietly. I have determined who reported the crime.
Huh?
You have?
I found the payphone that the caller used. It was near the location of the crime, Bloom Park. Thus, I decided to check the surveillance footage of any security cameras operating nearby.
So you found a way into that database?
That is correct. That area has little foot traffic, even less at night. The time of the report was around 9 p.m. Cameras only caught one person in the area around that time. I analyzed the footage and was able to obtain a facial recognition match. They were registered as a person of interest in the police database.
Oh my god, who was it?
Oh, new person.
Matsushita Ota, 24 years old, male. I have marked his address on the map. That is all.
Date?
Way ahead of you, boss. Let's go, Iba.
Affirmative.
When you are able to visit a new destination, a map will appear in the bottom right of the screen. Open up the map and pick a destination. You can always check the tutorial by going to Menu File Appendix. Okay.
No,
I'm giving you an order.
does not compute.
Oh, I guess we can just that go. And now we will go to the next location. Yeah.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry we aren't open yet.
Oh, I'm not a customer.
I'm not a customer. I'm an
I'm here for
investigator.
something else. I'm with the MPD.
Oh, heavens, no. Is my boy... Is Ota in trouble?
Calm down, ma'am. I'm just here to ask some questions. And you're Ota's...
His mother,
And your name, ma'am?
Mayumi Matsushita.
Miss Matsushita. Before we talk, could I make a request?
Mm?
Could you put that knife down, please?
Oh, goodness. Sorry.
Kuroda Kazuaki's cheek boiled in red wine.
Let's hope that's not what it sounds like.
A large jellyfish.
Sure. It's a large jellyfish in the middle of this restaurant here.
Salt, pepper, a blend of red cayenne and spices, and an unidentified liquid.
It says Mayumi's black sauce.
A kitchen knife with a floral pattern.
And there's something written on the handle.
It's funny, from a distance it looked like it was a bloody knife, but it actually just has cute little flowers on it.
Mom, I love you always.
Oh, that's so cute.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs. I've used it every single day since he gave it to me.
That's
It's
so
more
cute.
than just a kitchen knife. It means the world to me.
Where is your hug? Okay.
I think he went to buy some ingredients. He comes and goes all the time without telling me. This is nothing new.
Does this woman look familiar to you?
No, I don't recognize her. Who is she?
No one. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's just a little diner. But not to toot my own horn or anything. We do get quite a lot of customers here. I manage it with my husband, but it can get pretty hectic during lunchtime.
Peculiar.
What?
This establishment is near the Kabasaki district that's been off limits for 8 years. That could mean... Never mind.
Huh?
Oh, about 30 years now. We had to borrow a lot of money to get started, but back then, everyone was willing to lend you money.
The rain last night was pretty bad, wasn't it?
The rain? Oh, right, yes. That boy, he's been hanging out at this office building lately.
What kind of office?
Oh, what was it? It's a place where irresponsible young men hang out. Nonconformists and the like.
What, like gangsters?
Oh, heavens, no, nothing like that. Ota wouldn't go to a place like that.
Then...
Oh, I remember. It's a production office, an entertainment company. What was it? I'm sorry, my memory's been so spotty lately. Because there's a goddess there.
What?
Ota says it all the time. A goddess. More like a witch, if you
Hey,
ask
Carla. It's going pretty well. Playing this game for the first time. About an hour in at this point, so kind of give my thoughts about it. It's It's good so far. The one puzzle room that I did, which was kind of like the tutorial puzzle room, it seems to reward curiosity more than logic, which is a little bit different than like the Zero Escape series. But I think this is good so far. I hope that you're doing well today. How are you?
A witch, huh?
You don't get time to play any games these days. Just a little break here and there, chatting to strangers. It's fun, for sure. Yeah. Part of what I'm doing with this series is I'm going through my Steam library and like all these games that I've bought but never played, and I'm like, I'm going to play them at least once. So, I started alphabetically, so we're still in the A's. Oh, thank you. I hope that you have a great weekend as well, and a happy Independence Day if you celebrate that. That's coming up in a couple days. Yeah, I usually stream on weekend mornings if you ever want to hang out.
Yes! A witch put a spell on my poor Ota. Makes him spend all his money on her. You see that box over there?
The one on the table?
Yes.
Your forgetfulness, any fun plans or anything? Not really. I'm gonna try to make a stir fry tonight. Like a pork stir fry with just vegetables I have in the place, and for the actual July 4th, I'm probably just hanging out. I don't even think I'm getting together with anybody. Just taking a break. It's been really busy at work, and we're finally like calming down, so that's nice. Any plans?
Just look. You'll see what I mean.
You play Call of Duty and Among Us sometimes because your 6-year-old son Caden plays it too. Ah, okay. Yeah, playing with your kids sounds fun. Cardboard box.
Do you want to see? It was delivered a little while ago.
Oh,
Any
maybe
idea
that's
what's
different
inside
than the
it?
cardboard box.
It's bound to be merchandise from that horrible succubus. She forces Ota to buy them. I know it.
This reminds me of the funniest props compilation I saw.
Orange County. Already have a big 4th of July event. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm just
You reached
probably gonna stay
pretty far
inside,
back
hide
for
from
that
fireworks, you know?
reference.
I don't like them because they're so loud.
That's just the calendar. Thank goodness we have that. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what year it is. I'm kidding, of course.
She's cute.
You have zero standards, Kaname Date.
I can't move around. Yeah, dogs don't like fireworks either. The July plan had a lovely cast member of Real Housewives of OC, Emily Simpson, in case you know her. Oh, cool. I don't watch Real Housewives at all.
What the hell?
Are you unfamiliar with the superstition?
hope
Imitating
that
a
you,
cat's meow to
have a
lucky
nice time.
cat statue grants that person happiness and luck.
Is that right?
You're green. Oh, more condiments.
A swimming door.
A swinging door.
The sender is Great Grin.
Okay, we should be back now. Automatic ad ran. But yeah, I hope that you have a nice time at your 4th of July. I don't watch Real Housewives, so you used to have a local theater show, 4 girls and a boy, all around that 16, 17 age range, 3 lovely women, including Emily Simpson, for a murder mystery theater show. Ooh, murder mysteries are fun. I remember, I participated in a murder mystery thing for, my dad's birthday party one year. We all played parts and stuff like that. This sounds like maybe it's, folks are watching a play on a stage. A little bit different.
A popular online store.
The product description reads, solid model.
I was not the killer. I played a ditzy bimbo, but I was not the killer. The killer turned out to be like a jilted ex-lover or something like that. My aunt was playing the killer.
We should look inside. Use the X-ray mode.
I think my dad was the one who died. So then he was trying to figure out who killed him. You're on TV. No!
Now, what is this?
A solid PVC model of a person, known as a figure.
Something's written on the base.
The letters appear to be some kind of metal. The permeability of X-ray vision should make them legible.
A set.
Allow me to investigate. A moment, please.
Yes, we keep talking.
That good-for-nothing temptress works for that entertainment group. She's an idol.
I was the only boy in it. Oh no. On stage play kind of show.
Do you know her name? I'm assuming it's not Witch.
Her name? I don't remember. I just call her the Witch.
Alright, I'm getting nowhere. She doesn't remember the talent or the company.
Even I am at a loss.
Yeah.
Call him?
Call him?
Yes. Does he have a cell phone?
A cell phone? Why would he need a cell phone if we have a phone at the house?
Because cell phones ruin plots, and so people inexplicably don't have them. Oh yes, I got that. I got that it was Caden, because he was the only one in the show.
He doesn't have one?
He better not. Waste of money.
You can abandon this line of questioning.
Date doesn't have a cell phone either.
Ota does have a phone.
Despite it being, like, futuristic and they use holographic police tape instead of just regular yellow police tape. And he has an AI eyeball and stuff, but he doesn't have a cell phone. Because that would be too convenient. People don't want to ride around that. I think it was like a box set. I did not participate in like buying it or anything. I think my mom got it. And so, you know, we were having the party and whatever, and everybody came in costume, and we played little roles and stuff.
Call it.
I have already attempted to call multiple times.
Requires commitment and talent. Yeah, we're a theater-loving company. Yeah. My sister and I did a lot of theater in high school, and then my parents both got involved in like community theater. Acting is fun.
There is no connection. Either the phone is off, or he has no reception.
Let's hope he's not face down in a gutter somewhere.
That would be unsanitary, as well as a violation of waste disposal codes.
Well, in this story, Kay basically inherits a huge fortune and keeps the letter and the letter opener dagger on the desk. And it happens in the very next scene. Someone takes the letter opener and kills them with it. Maybe in the hopes of inheriting the huge family fortune as a secondary recipient? Perhaps?
Date, I found some information about the figure. A-Set is the name of a popular female musician.
That sounds like our witch. Is A-Set a group name?
No, it is a single artist.
An A-Set figure, huh?
Correct.
What's the name of her talent agency?
Lemniscate.
Sorry, what?
I repeat, Lemniscate.
Renju owns that company.
Ba ba ba. Very next scene, 4K is face down and a small letter dagger stabbed in the back. No.
Correct.
Excuse me. Does the name Lemniscate ring a bell?
Oh, yes! That's where Ota goes.
Iba, bring the car around.
At once.
Alrighty. I think we're headed off to the next location. It's interesting because in some ways, it's kind of like a, someone took backstabbing too literally. It's kind of like Zero Escape a little bit, but, the visual novel sections are replaced by these, like,
That's him?
Phoenix Wright-y investigative sections.
Correct.
Are you Ota Matsushita?
Like, this is a cutscene.
Who are you?
I'm from the MPD.
The police?
I don't remember who solved the murder. It was a number of years ago. But she wasn't the one who died, she was the one who was the killer. So far, so far. How did Dad's character get bumped off? I think he was stabbed. The sofa.
Can I reach over and break that thing in half?
Because he's ignoring me.
Damn it. Hey, Iba. What do you think would happen if I flip this table over right now?
It would come out of your salary.
You're probably right. Guess I won't.
Yes, it's the stabbing. I think it's a popular.
Date, look! Ants! Look at them go! Yay!
Iba, why are you so excited about ants? Well, their characters end up face planted, backstabbed, ironic way to go.
What's that supposed to be?
I do not know.
Alright, guess I'll talk to the kid.
How did you know that?
Because I'm psychic.
Excuse me? Nothing. Could you stop bothering me, please?
A little bit hilarious.
No? I'm kind of busy
No.
right now.
Alright, gonna ask the actual question.
Last night?
Don't play dumb, kid. Yesterday, 9 p.m., you called the police from a payphone. You told them about screaming you heard coming from Bloom Park.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, Ota, look. We either do this here, or I take you down to the station.
Do you have a warrant? Article 2.3 of the Execution of Law Enforcement Code. Unless initiated by legal process, no person shall be detained or obligated to answer any questions without explicit consent.
Hi, Blurnecho. It is going okay right now. We're dealing with this little punk who is not wanting to answer our questions, even though we have him on video calling a payphone to report screaming. So it's like, he knows something. The type of kid I hate the most. The one that knows his rights. Punch him!
Date, wait. Causing a disturbance in public will result in disciplinary action.
Ota's the
What
worst.
should I do?
I have an idea. Give me a moment. That is a high school.
High school?
No, Date.
They really like puns in this game. Have I played the Zero Escape series? Yes! Yes, and I loved it very much. You can actually see my playthrough of Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Escape on my YouTube channel. I did do a playthrough of 999 as well on Twitch, like, several years ago, but the videos got lost. So, they know what to expect from this. Yeah, so far, I mean, we did the tutorial escape room, which is, the Somnia, and it's a little bit different from Zero Escape, because it's more like, not logic-based, it's more curiosity-based. So, it seems to reward creativity. That old age-old saying, a clear conscience don't need no mercy. Well, I've looked at basically everything. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. I can look around, but... Oh, there are doors. Monitor. The Somniums aren't logical at all. Yeah, we progressed in the last one by, sniffing a plant up our nose, which got rid of the vines that were blocking the light switch. And then we used a gun as a key to open the other door. Yep, that's how we solved it. Social ability the agency's talent are playing. Nothing dirty, though. This isn't that kind of company. Door. There's probably an office back there. Vending machine. Full of drinks. Magazine rack. Lots of magazines in that rack. Let's see. How to take a girl home in just 2 minutes. I think I'll take a look at that. Magazines. Okay, well, I mean, maybe I just leave?
I told you to wait.
Waiting's just pissing me off more.
Perhaps your dosage needs to be increased.
What?
Listen to me, Date. Ota's PC is connected to the internet via Wi-Fi.
That is the second time Aiba has referred to my medication. And I'm wondering if there's something that's going on with Date, because he doesn't remember anything before 6 years ago, and obviously he lost his eye, so it's like something traumatic happened to him probably to have him lose it, and maybe the medication is suppressing it, or he has to be on anti-anxiety for it or something. There's trauma there, I think. Ota's PC is connected to the internet via Wi-Fi.
I was curious, so I hacked into it.
Does Tessa refer to Aset?
That is a popular fan nickname for her.
That means Mato has to be Ota.
Correct. However, it appears that Ota is the one operating the other 3 accounts as well.
What?
Optical Protein Fiber, Pongo Ponko, and KG are all Ota's sub-accounts.
Twitter. Like Twitter.
Ota is insulting Aset and defending her all by himself. This is what's known as a straw man sock puppet, or false flagging.
So he's a nerd.
This kid is pathetic.
Yeah. Damn it, Ota.
Hey, kid.
What do you want?
I'm gonna tell Aset
Tell her what?
that you're sock puppeting for her on Twitter.
What are you talking about?
You should drop the attitude.
You shouldn't make those kinds of accusations. Do you want to get sued for defamation?
Optical Protein Fiber, Pongo Ponko, and KG are all your sub-accounts.
What? How do you know that?
Hour
I told
of
you, kid.
AI and
I'm
hacking.
psychic. Now, I have some questions for you.
Fine.
We have been able to
I'm
proceed.
gonna ask you again. Were you the one who reported the screaming at Bloom Park around 9?
Yes.
Why were you in the area? You better tell me, or I'll tell everyone about your little imaginary enemies.
Hey, everyone. This guy...
Okay, I'll talk. Just shh.
That's really funny.
I went to Bloom Park because I was supposed to meet someone.
Did you enter the park?
Yes.
So who were you meeting?
A girl named Mizuki Okiura.
What did you say?
Ooh.
Mizuki Okiura? She's the daughter of the president of Lemniscate. Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her.
She's just a friend.
Yes, she better be.
What?
Where and how did you two
Little
meet?
fatherly protection, so it's not his kid.
Here, the Lemniscate lobby. Mizuki is friends with Tessa. I was talking to Tessa one day and she just comes up like, hey.
When was this?
Last September. So, I guess the relationship has lasted over a year now.
Don't call it a relationship.
Well, what am I supposed to call it?
Friendship?
I'm waiting for Tessa to come out.
This is an office building, not a concert hall.
This is the main facility of Lemniscate Entertainment's production branch. There are multiple studios for recording and broadcasting in this building. Tessa is recording a podcast today.
Not only were you faking the whole thing, you made sure to add her so she'd see it.
But if she doesn't see it, she won't know that I'm protecting her.
Don't you think all those comments hurt her feelings, even if you defend her?
But in the end, I made it so everyone became her fans and got along and...
That's not the point.
I'm sorry.
Just don't do it again, okay?
Anyway, I have her look over my work sometimes.
Work?
I write light novels.
Really? What's your pen name?
Odoin Kyoma.
That is a lie. Database searches reveal no professional authors have ever submitted work under that name.
Hey, Ota, how about you stop lying to me? My third eye can see through your bullshit.
Third eye, that's funny.
Well, I'm not a published author. I'm an aspiring author, to be exact. So, anyway, Mizuki reads my novels. I get notes and advice from her.
From a 6th grader?
She's surprisingly insightful. She has the talent to be an editor for sure. Around 8:10 last night, I got a call from Mizuki saying she wanted to meet me at Bloom Park. She sounded scared. You know how that area is run down and abandoned? I think she wanted me to go with her as protection.
But why Bloom Park?
Someone messaged her on Nile.
Nile is a popular messaging application for smartphones and PCs.
When you know that, Iva, because
What
that
did
is
they
made up.
say?
She didn't tell me exactly, but it said to come to the merry-go-round at Bloom Park tonight.
Who sent it?
I don't know. But Mizuki was determined to go.
What happened next?
I met up with Mizuki and we went into the park.
Okay. First pet peeve about this game. Just do the whole conversation. Don't make me have to keep clicking to continue the conversation. This is all one conversation. And it's done that several times now. And she didn't run off because that was her mother. And they will continue to do it. Not sure why they designed it that way.
Did you leave her there? You left a 12-year-old girl by herself?
I didn't mean to. I was panicking. People do stupid things when they're in fight or flight mode. Like when people grab
Probably
their
figured
pillow
she'd
and
be
run out
right
of their
behind
house in
him.
a fire.
Jeez, you're a real hero, kid.
See? I knew you would make fun of me. This is why I didn't want to tell you.
Is that why you didn't identify yourself on the phone? You seriously didn't think we'd find you? Mizuki would have told us everything.
I didn't think she would.
Why wouldn't she?
She said that if she ever got caught going out at night with someone like me, her roommate would kill her.
Good girl.
I'm her roommate.
I tried using my cell phone at first, but my heart was
Service.
pounding and I was scared and my hand was shaking, and with the rain last night, it kind of slipped out of my hand.
You dropped it?
Yeah, right into a puddle.
Aww.
Iba,
That's
can
why
you
they
trace the
couldn't
last signal
trace
that this
him.
phone sent out?
Near Bloom Park, just past 9 p.m. The phone has not been turned on since.
I guess he's telling the truth.
Hey, Ota, what are you doing?
Tessa!
There's that idol.
And you are?
Mr. Date from the MPD. He came here to ask me about what happened last night.
You mean a detective? Wow! I've never met a real detective before!
You okay?
Date, your adrenaline level is rising. Is something the matter?
No, nothing.
If we can keep talking. I'm gonna take a quick break, and I will be back after this short outbreak.
Okay, and we're back. I like how he's just staring at her.
Gee, Tessa, you always look so cute. So cute. So cute that I can't take it. Don't you think so too, Date?
You're awfully familiar with
The
her.
cringe, yeah.
I can't help it. Her loving aura is in the air. When I'm with her, my head gets all light, and I just relax and don't sweat the small stuff, you know?
The witch, as his mother calls her.
You know who this is, right?
Yeah, it's the woman I saw at Bloom Park. Her name is Shoko Nadami. I saw it on the news.
Wait, do you not know who her daughter is?
She has a daughter?
I didn't know that either.
They must be unaware that Shoko is Mizuki's mother.
Dang, I guess they don't know Mizuki that well?
Maybe because her last name is different. Nadami and Okiura.
It has also not yet been reported that Shoko is Renju's ex-wife.
Oh,
I heard about it. About Ota seeing that corpse at Bloom Park. He told me.
Tessa?
Why didn't you come to the police?
Such a shocking story would certainly pique the young woman's interest. It is possible Ota wanted her attention.
He told her about a dead body he found for attention?
Actually, I already knew about it before Ota told me.
How?
It's all over the internet. When I saw Ota this morning, I asked him about it. He told me he saw the body.
More of a gawk or an enraptured gaze, yeah.
Let me confirm something. You're ACET, right?
Let's play a game. Shadows!
Thread? Silhouette? ASET.
Fears!
Upset? Regret? ASET.
Water!
Wet? Sweat? ASET.
Yay! A-set, you bet!
What?
The magnetic currents in the atmosphere are clearly causing aberrant behavior. We should leave.
Hi. How old are you?
I turned 18 this year.
A senior in high school?
Yep.
Date, I recommend you keep your hands to yourself.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna make a move.
What?
Oh, I meant Ota.
Wait, you were gonna make a move on me?
Yeah, just
Mizuki
because they're
Okiura?
18 and legal does not mean it's a good
Yeah,
idea.
I am. Mr. Okiura runs the agency, and Mizuki is his... We hang out sometimes.
Is that how you became friends?
There's more to it than that, but basically...
So, Mizuki must come here to hang out sometimes.
Probably trying to be closer to her father, which is sad.
Relationship?
We're like a goddess and a summoned thrall.
Her thrall?
If Tessa ever gets in trouble, I swoop in and protect her.
You sound more like a superhero than a thrall. Ota always defends me when I'm getting bashed online.
Stop! You're making me blush.
It's working is the worst part. Oh no, I'm gonna die.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's about those posts on Twitter.
Wait!
The face.
Looks like you're my thrall now. Isn't that right, Ota?
Yeah, just be cool.
Twitter drama is real.
have you heard about the Twitter limit? That you can only see like 300 tweets a day or something now if you're not a verified person? I'm just like, oh, thanks, Elon Musk, for curing people of their Twitter addiction.
Date, I have determined that these two have no further information for us. Our goal is to find the murderer of Shoko Nadami. Let us continue.
Yeah, I mainly use it for just announcing when I'm going live on Twitch. I find that I, like, fall back into using social media a lot when I'm, like, not feeling well. But it's like... it's a bad habit.
Right. Let's head back to the crime scene. See you kids later.
Where are you
It's
going?
basically like as if you were eating a bunch of junk food. Like it fills you up a little bit, but then, you know, it's not actually nutritious for your brain.
Back to where the corpse was found.
In that case, I'll go with you.
I want to see a dead body.
You'll what?
Please take me with you.
Why?
Because I want to know more about what happened.
I want to see a dead body.
Do you have any suspects? Probably some crazy murderer, right? That's what Ota was telling me. The corpse was strung up on that merry-go-round. It must have been some kind of twisted message.
Listens to
take
true
a video.
crime podcasts too much, yeah.
Just do it! Mr. Date! Please, Mr. Date! You can't leave me!
What?
I can't imagine life without you!
What are you doing?
Ota, did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
Do I have a what the heck button? Yeah.
Mr.
Not big on social
Date,
media, try to keep it mostly to family,
you
yeah.
are a member of the MPD, aren't you?
It's a
public
good way to
servant?
be. Yeah, just remember that you are the product and social media is trying to take your time. And time is so much more valuable than money.
I wonder, what would happen if this little video happened to go viral?
You wouldn't.
Oh, and just so you know, taking my phone away won't help. It's already in the cloud.
You little...
I told you.
Damn the cloud.
I want you to take me to the scene of the crime. If you do, I promise I'll delete the video.
Date, a thought has occurred to me. She really is quite the seductress.
No, not at all. I'm just imagining your body sinking into Tokyo Bay.
Oh, and he's jealous.
I'm used to sinking. Part of the job.
Lol.
Huh?
Alright, let's go.
We're good friends. We go to movies and karaoke and go shopping together. She's really good at listening to me bitch and moan about my problems. I'm so much older than her, but it really doesn't even feel like it.
You might be immature.
Questions. What's it like being a detective?
Wouldn't know much about that. I'm not a detective.
But you are a cop, right?
Right. But I'm not on the crimes unit.
Then what unit are you in?
But indeed.
You aren't gonna tell me? Please?
I'm a
You
secret
doing?
agent.
Just thinking about posting that video.
Whoa, hold up now.
Well then, tell me!
You know, now that I think about it, wouldn't you get in trouble for that video too?
What?
The video. You're an idol, right? You have a status to maintain. If that video went viral, I think you'd be in trouble too.
Ooh.
It's okay.
It is?
It is?
Because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
What?
What?
I can see into the future. I know when I'm going to die. Just kidding!
Hope so.
Anyway, I'm not going down without a fight. So I will release that video if you don't cooperate.
I like that you just completely avoided the question. Sure, I'll tell you about my
Part
department.
of a special investigation unit known as Abyss.
Date,
I don't have a choice.
What's Abyss?
Advanced brain investigation, so the public doesn't know about it.
Wow, cool!
Don't tell anyone.
I promise I won't. I swear to the Egyptian goddess Isis. Well, I guess it was because I've always wanted to be famous, you know? I want to be famous. Get on TV. Be a household name.
Never understood the desire for fame. Like on that level, where everybody knows who you are and like recognizes you on the street. Privacy, I think, is too important to me.
But you're not there yet.
It's alright. Internet stars do better if they don't sell out.
Internet star?
Ota didn't tell you?
Yeah, it sounds horrifying. Exactly.
I'm most famous on the internet. I do songs, and dances, and play video games and stuff on stream.
Oh, hey, she's a streamer.
Have you heard of Shovel Forge?
Shovel Forge is a game in which you manipulate cubes on the terrain to build structures.
So, Minecraft?
I've been focusing a lot on that game.
Streamers, am I right?
What about being on TV?
I'm not very popular yet. I can only get on TV as a background singer or something. I don't get many gigs either. Well, at first all I did was stream from home. And then, not to sound cocky, but I started getting pretty big. I started getting offers from agencies.
And one of them was Lemniscate?
Well, not exactly.
Huh?
My mom's actually an old friend of the president of the agency.
A friend of Renju's?
Yeah. So I asked him for advice one day. You know, you have to be careful. Even a place that looks legitimate with an office and everything can be sketchy. And my mom and I didn't know anything about the industry at all. But anyway,
Gotta make sure you
one
don't
day
accidentally
Mr.
end
Okura
up
said to
in
come see him
the
at his
adult
office,
industry, I guess.
and he hooked me up.
By the way, I didn't catch your name.
You really want to know?
It's okay if you don't want to tell me.
Iris. Iris Sagan.
Oh, like the iris that bloomed at night.
I know, weird, right?
Ratty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Hide it, poke it, fill it with fruit.
Something wrong?
No, there's nothing.
Flash of memory from before 6 years ago? Perhaps? I didn't get to ask about Ota. I did the required thing for the plot.
Excuse me. Yukaname Date.
That's right.
And the girl?
She's an important witness for this case.
Yep.
We've got business here.
Oh, okay.
Can I move? No, I cannot move. Just as always.
Mr. Date, that horse.
That was stored in the warehouse nearby. Some kids must have broken in and put it up as a joke.
A black and white bear? I'm not gonna be punished, am I?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just thinking about a game I like. Is that a...
No, this is where the staff would run the merry-go-round.
I was joking. I was trying to find some clues.
She's a natural detective, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Date, was the body on top of this horse here?
Yeah, that's the one.
Seems like some kind of ritual murder to me. Maybe a religious cult sacrificing her to the devil or something. They conducted their ritual here, like shadowy, hooded figures, going around and around, stabbing her one by one.
That's quite an imagination. But, do you have any proof?
I do.
Well, let's hear it.
The horses. Horse? Sounds kind of like Horus, right?
What are you talking about?
You don't know Horus?
That's Egyptian mythology.
Horus is the Egyptian god of the sky and sun. The right eye is the eye of Ra, and that's the sun. The left eye is the eye of Wajet, and that one is the moon. It's the same idea behind the eye of Providence.
The Eye of Providence?
The all-seeing eye.
Oh, I see.
Illuminati stuff.
Just like what's on the back of a $1 bill.
Yeah, exactly. The Eye of Providence is supposed to be the symbol of Freemasonry and the Illuminati.
Illuminati did it. Case closed. Yeah. It's interesting because there was a $1 bill in my dream. So that might be important.
Starting to see the picture?
Not really.
I remember Ota describing the scene. He said there was an ice pick stabbed into the corpse's left eye socket. Horus? Providence? Left eye?
Okay, so they left the ice pick in her eye. The daughter pulled it out and then
There has to be some kind of meaning to this.
Wait, what did you just say?
What?
The ice pick was inside the victim's left eye socket?
Yeah.
Ota told you that? He's sure that's what he saw?
Yeah. Why?
When we arrived at the scene, the ice pick was not in the victim's eye socket.
If Ota's telling the truth...
He would have no reason to lie about such a detail.
Tinazuki?
Pull it out. It's her mom!
When I was younger, but not since it closed. Kawasaki is restricted, right? No one's supposed to be here.
This amusement park, Blue Park, is located at the heart of the Kawasaki district. It was closed 8 years ago. The closure was due to an accident at a nearby chemical plant. An explosion caused massive amounts of chemical pollutants to contaminate. The government quickly issued evacuation orders. Eventually, the entire district was deemed unsafe for habitation and restricted. Therefore, Bloom Park was permanently closed.
But a restricted area doesn't mean much if there aren't enough officers to patrol it. There's still plenty of ways in. You can even get in by boat. Hell, some people ignore the evac order and are still living here.
Are they okay?
I don't know. But if anything happened to them, it'd be their own fault.
Are we safe?
We are, yeah. Decontamination for this area is basically done. The chemical concentration around here isn't high enough to hurt you. You could run a marathon here and be okay.
But it's still off limits, right?
Yes, legally. That keeps the media out, at least. I'm glad. It's quieter than it usually is. Hey, Iris, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here, but you're wasting your time.
What do you mean?
The cops already scoured the place. They didn't find any leads, not a single clue. If they had, they would have notified Iba.
Iba?
My partner.
Your partner? I don't see anybody.
She's right in front of your eyes.
In front of my eyes. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Huh?
Iba, can you show me the earliest recorded images of the scene of the crime?
What is your intention?
Shoko's cause of death was blood loss from multiple stab wounds with the ice pick. Naturally,
There is
should
no
be plenty
blood on the horse.
There isn't a single drop on the horse, and it was like this when we found it.
He was posed here, killed elsewhere.
Correct. There are no signs of blood being wiped or washed off, either.
That must mean...
Okay, do I need to tell the policeman that? How do I...
I know what you're thinking, Mr. Date. You wanted to see me dance on that pole, huh?
What?
What the hell are you talking about?
It's not looking too great. We searched all over here, but we didn't find nothing.
Can I tell you about the frickin'... See, this is a little bit frustrating because it's like, obviously, they were killed in the spot, but I need to figure out how to tell anybody that.
Last night, Shoko's corpse was on top of the horse.
It has been removed. The body has been transported to headquarters for autopsy and review.
How do I leave?
But hey, if you sense any trouble, you can hop in there and change.
How old are you, making that reference?
I suspect that she did not give you her real age, knowing what a phone booth is.
There we go.
Oh, come on!
No, I'm already in enough trouble bringing a civilian in here.
Okay, I guess.
Hey, you alright? Are you okay?
Morning sickness.
What?
I'm kidding. It's not like I would know.
Get on. I'll give you a ride home.
Yeah, score.
Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh?
You can tell just by lifting me?
Yeah.
Your back is so warm, Mr. Date. Horrible!
Not many chemicals.
Shame.
Oh, you should worry about me more.
Looks like you're feeling better now.
Maybe I'm just acting.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What if I threw up right here?
I would put it right back where it came from.
Ew, that makes me actually want to throw up.
Wait, seriously?
No, but I am kind of warm.
The current temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 60%. It is unlikely that heat would be a factor.
Hey, Date. They say when you stick your hand out of a car going 100, you get a rush like you're holding D-cups.
Hey, watch it! You'll get your arm ripped off.
Relax, I'm invincible. My arm regenerates like an alien's.
Didn't you tell me that you're gonna die soon?
It feels strange.
Your hand?
No, not that. It feels like I've met you before.
Well, that's nice. But if you don't get your damn hand back in this car right now...
Okay, okay. The wind feels nice.
We do know each other before. I have amnesia. What's your excuse, girl?
You should come in.
No, that's alright. I'm gonna head home.
Ooh, going home already?
Not the woman from my dream.
Oh, who is this, Iris?
Come on, I'll make some tea.
Dreams. Or prophecies.
Nice to meet you. I'm Iris's mother, Hitomi.
Miss Hitomi.
And you are?
Kaname Date from the MPD.
Police? Are you a detective?
No, Mom. Mr. Date said he's...
Iris?
Oh, right. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And now I'm talking to people.
I'm 37.
And Miss Iris here is 18?
Yup.
You were very young when you had her.
Yes, just 19 years old.
What about your husband?
Got one.
I don't have one.
Divorce?
Mr. Date, please.
She's a bastard.
It's all right, Iris. I've never been married.
A single mother.
Yes.
By the way, I heard that you were friends with the president of Lemniscate, Mr. Okiura.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
Eitoku High.
You know it?
I know everything on the internet.
I'm a teacher at the local elementary school.
A teacher? Must be a tough job.
Oh, not for me. I love children. Even the struggles and challenges are quite rewarding for me. Yes, I do. But I only met her twice. Once at Renju's wedding, and then again just a few months ago. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Mr. Date, please drink your tea. It's getting cold.
Oh.
We haven't even touched our cups.
Well then, let's have a sip.
Are you left-handed?
Oh,
Mom used to be right-handed. But now...
It locked up on me.
Ah, I see.
Do you know me? Oh, sorry for the strange question. It just feels like we've met before.
No. This is the first time we've met.
Of course.
So her
You think
right
so?
hand doesn't work.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about a hunch I had this morning.
a hunch.
There are flowers blooming behind me, right?
There are, yeah? What about them?
Since I was born. And Mom was living here before that.
I grew up in this house. I've made a lot of memories here. I've thought about moving before, but I just couldn't bring myself to leave this place.
Why were you considering moving?
Well, because there was... well, I don't know.
Huh?
I mean, I need to look.
The flowers.
It's an iris.
Irises.
An iris. I thought those bloom in May.
That's the winter iris. Iris ungicularis. They bloom in the cold.
They bloomed just this morning.
I see.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
We're doing an ad break again. Here we go. Enjoy your dinner, Berlin Echo, and thanks for the follow. I'm having a little something myself, and I eat a little hard-boiled egg.
Thanks to you, I feel as tough as a lion. Rawr!
How am I supposed to react to that?
Don't think about it. You'll only hurt yourself.
Well, I think it's time for me to be heading home.
Mr. Date, we'll see each other again, right?
You sure you want that? I'm a cop after all. If you ever see me again, it probably won't be under the best of circumstances.
Oh.
But because you're Mizuki's friend, yeah, we might see each other again. She is kind of like my roommate after all.
What?
Anyway, be seeing you. Excuse me. Well, I should head home.
All right. Take care, Date.
Date, let's go over the facts of the case.
Good idea. Hey, me. Want to play a game? Sure, let's play I Spy. I spy something round. My eyeball. Correct. I win.
I will terminate you.
Hi, my name is Kaname Date. Nice to meet you. What? Date? I have the same name. What a coincidence.
Perhaps he's had too much medication.
Date's such a nerd.
Don't push yourself, Date. No, I'm fine, Date.
You do not appear to be fine.
I didn't notice that before. She's in the steering wheel.
The estimated time of death is yesterday, Friday, around 5 p.m. The cause of death is blood loss from multiple stab wounds to the torso. The weapon used to commit the murder is almost certainly the ice pick Mizuki was holding when we discovered her. There were no fingerprints, hair, or other clues left behind by the culprit.
Or lack thereof.
When we arrived on the scene, there was no blood on the horse the body was mounted upon.
Which means the merry-go-round wasn't the murder scene. Shoko was killed somewhere else, and then brought there to be displayed. That means Mizuki couldn't have done it. She's 12. She can't move a body or drive a car.
Were you considering her a suspect?
That's part of the job, if there's even the slightest possibility.
Then this is good news. It means the likelihood of Mizuki being the killer is almost zero.
I knew that from the start. She would never put her hands on her own mother. She doesn't have what it takes to commit murder.
Perhaps she was playing hide and seek.
What the hell?
Hide and seek?
It was not a serious suggestion. I was merely joking, as you call it.
Aiba, can you give me a timeline of the event?
At once.
Approximately
I
5,
wonder
Shoko's
who
time of
sent
death.
that Nile message to Mizuki.
Mizuki receives Nile message, come to Bloom Park. 8:10, Mizuki calls Ota, asks her to accompany him. 9 p.m., they discover a corpse. Ota leaves Mizuki and flees the crime scene. Ota reports the crime via payphone. First responders arrive on scene, discover Shoko's corpse. Date arrives on scene.
Probably the culprit themselves.
But Mizuki wouldn't obey the instructions of a complete stranger.
Then Mizuki knew the sender.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or the suspect used her friend's phone.
Aiba, can you hack into the phone and find out who sent the Nile message?
Nile's security protocols are intricate. It will take time to decipher. The corpse was found tied up on one of the horses of the merry-go-round. This makes it clear that the killer had no intention of hiding their crime. Rather,
It appears as though it was displayed deliberately.
Posed?
Our perp wants the limelight.
Or is attempting to send some kind of message. The corpse was found with her left eye removed. That eyeball has yet to be found. According to Iris's testimony, when Ota first discovered the body, the ice pick was still lodged in the left eye socket.
This is all of the
So why did Mizuki have the ice pick?
They're explaining it
taken
for
the
the
eye?
dumb people who weren't paying attention.
Yes, as a
Doesn't
matter
look
of
like they're
fact.
moving anywhere, yeah.
I checked the surveillance cameras around Bloom Park again. And I noticed something strange.
Something strange?
There were no cars.
Hi Giselle, how are you doing today?
Yesterday, in the parking lot and the streets in the vicinity, there was not
I
a
feel
single
like this
vehicle.
is hand-holding a little bit too hard in terms of like
I
the
am.
facts of the case.
Then how did the suspect move the
I'm
corpse?
doing okay. Can't complain.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that entire car scene was
Welcome back.
unnecessary. The whole thing, unnecessary.
I brought her here after her examination was over.
Mizuki. Has she said anything?
No, still can't talk.
Was it okay for you to bring her here?
Seems productive, but didn't get anywhere.
I got
yeah,
permission
just like
from
the
hospital.
moving vision.
Apparently, the hospital director has been poking a few of the nurses.
Her mom was murdered and she found the body.
So I asked him about that, and all of a sudden he seemed very open to the idea.
That's not permission, it's blackmail.
Same thing. You know what you need to do now.
The same thing. What the hell, boss?
Sync with her.
Like it might be time for an escape room. We're actually about 2 hours and 15 minutes in.
Her
And
vitals are stable.
we're going to be doing our first real escape room. I mean, there was one that was a tutorial,
Her
but
EEG is also stable. I think we can proceed.
can you
Hey,
fix her
Pewter,
personality?
about Iba. Could you do something about her personality?
Do something about it?
It wouldn't kill her to be more modest. Maybe a little more ladylike?
If you dare reprogram me, I will self-destruct in your eye socket.
Okay, have a good sleep.
Huh. So you were listening, huh?
Good night.
She's only 12. You sure this is okay?
The machine is safe. I can guarantee that.
Murder just
You
doesn't
have
seem very
nothing to
trustworthy
worry
because
about.
of the attire. But I think he's just extra.
If we don't do it now, then when? This is exactly the kind of situation Abyss was founded for. Besides, if you dive into Mizuki's subconscious, you may be able to help her. Her aphonia is psychogenic. Physically, she's fine. Her injuries are mental. Which is understandable after seeing her mother like that. You may be able to
Yeah,
heal
she
her,
was a little
Dante.
traumatized.
You're the only one who can.
Saying that I'm the only one who can.
Renju Okiura is Mizuki's legal guardian. Did you get permission from him?
I couldn't get in touch with him.
What? I thought he was being questioned by a local unit.
His questioning ended around noon. He hasn't been heard from since.
Why would he...
That's
I
not
don't know.
good.
You're asking me that now? I'm asking you to sync with Mizuki because we have no progress. Maybe Mizuki saw something at the scene. Maybe she went inside that merry-go-round to hide. But she isn't answering any question. The only way to find out is to dive...
Date, look! It's the girl from that horror movie, coming out of the well.
What the hell are you talking about?
Talking about,
Interesting. This kind of furniture is often used for
Ring,
pile
the ring.
drivers in professional wrestling.
Now, where on earth did you learn that?
Didn't I go through it? Maybe I need to talk to Pewter again to get started?
We are ready to begin.
Getting the hang of it.
Date, go to the sync room.
Got it.
Getting the hang of it.
Agent Date, Mizuki is reacting. Her heart rate is rising and her brainwaves are showing signs of disturbance. She may be getting nervous about the procedure.
Date, try to calm her down.
How do I do that?
It's true that she can't speak to you, but she can hear you. Try talking with her.
Sure thing, boss. I'm gonna be inside your head. I'll be looking for clues about the culprit.
Not only that, we will also attempt to discover the cause of Mizuki's muteness and rectify it. With her aphonia cured, we can ask her further questions directly.
Mizuki, I've never told you this, but I'm not an ordinary policeman. I belong to a special investigation unit called Abyss. Advanced Brain Investigation Squad. We explore the human mind with state-of-the-art technology and research. There are a billion kinds of suspects and persons of interest out there. People that lie, people that don't say anything, people that have head injuries, or some that have deep mental wounds that keep them from talking. So, how do we have to get inside their head? The truth is in there. Our job is to find it. I know it looks scary, but there's no pain. When this is all over,
Sorry, I'm getting a little...
sinking
Let's
is what we
get
call
to it,
diving into
please.
someone's... You sink deep down into people like me. Sinkers enter the subject's subconscious. It's Latin for dream. There are 6 sinkers, and I'm one of them. Hey, Mizuki. When this is all over,
Get ice cream.
what should I say?
Well, I was gonna say ice cream, but I guess that's not very Japanese. Some of that stew you like.
Hey, remember when we went last time? You were laughing about how it looked like throw up, but it tasted so good. You were devouring it. You kept saying it looked awful, but you loved it.
Do you not have a more heartwarming story?
I'm sorry, I'm really bad.
Date, her heart rate is steady.
Hey,
EEG is...
it worked.
Date, get into... Let's begin.
Oh, and Special Agent, I forgot to mention one thing. I added a new...
New feature.
You'll learn more when you see.
Sure.
Stinking.
Date, you ready?
Kind of like Inception.
Okay. Ready anytime.
Remember, Date, you have only 6 minutes in the Somnium world.
Ooh.
Any longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed by the subjects.
Yeah, I know. I'll find a lead and get out in under 6 minutes.
So this is a time challenge.
We're counting on you.
All right.
Well then, let's begin.
Seek a way out.
What was that?
Nothing. I was merely trying to enter the scene like a cybernetic assassin from the future.
Terminator?
Well, if you're trying to do that, you'd have to do it naked. Is this Bloom Park? Lightning and a birdcage. Maybe this is representative of Mizuki's state of mind.
The fact that Shoko was killed here must weigh heavily on Mizuki's heart.
Except that she wasn't killed here. She just found the body here.
Mizuki should be inside that column.
To get the information we need, we will have to deal with the lightning and the cage and get to Mizuki.
Move fast, or time is going to run out.
Unnecessary. Look around.
Look around?
This is the new feature of sync that Pewter mentioned.
You can stop time?
Only when standing still. Time is moving incredibly slowly. Currently, you and I are transmitting information at high speed, so it only appears as though time has stopped. Are you familiar with the concept of time dilation?
It has to do with relativity, right? Two people can experience time differently depending on space-time.
Well, I have a little more than 6 minutes. I have 6 minutes of movement time.
This is similar to that. The flow of time in Somnium is different than the real world.
This could be useful. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes, right? But with this, you could take your time and explore.
Let's get started. Somnium scan! Activate!
In the pain. So we had sinking in the brain, and now we have sinking in the pain.
To reach Mizuki, something must be done about the lightning that keeps striking the birdcage.
Lightning's supposed to strike at the highest point.
No, the horses are struggling.
An ice pick piercing Shoko's photograph.
Aiba, the speaker over there. It's shaking.
I see. It must be connected to the ice pick.
What do we do here?
Healing Mizuki should be your top priority.
I know.
10 minutes on the time is expended whenever Aiba is moving or performing an action. Pay attention to the time remaining in the upper right of the screen. Unlock all mental locks within 360-second time limit.
An ice pick stabbed into Shoko's photograph. Date, are you certain? Will this heal Mizuki?
I don't know. Just try it.
Understood.
No good, huh?
Mizuki is still a child. The solution may be simpler than you think.
Simple, maybe. But this is a dream.
Shoko's photograph has an... Right. No one would want to see their mother like this. It keeps going. What is this?
Something happened over there.
The speaker's gonna be the highest point.
Became a lightning rod.
It looks like we can get to the birdcage now.
Our next step must be to remove it. Date, we got a timey.
Timey?
Time induction matter in encephalon. You can think of it as an item that affects the flow of time. Using this, you can slow down or speed up time in Somnium.
Is this another function Pewter added?
Correct.
Sounds like a dream.
Well, it is a dream, and because it is a dream, extraordinary things such as this are possible.
Got it. Get...
Move the birdcage away. I feel like that verb is a clue. Guess I can't interact with that anymore. Okay.
An enormous birdcage. This appears to be the microphone for the speaker.
Stop it! Yeah! Stop it already!
A mic.
Listen up, miscreant. I know you're hiding in there. Throw down your weapon and come out with your hands up.
Nothing happened.
Your parents would be very disappointed in you. You can fix this. You have so much to live for. You can't give up hope now.
You're having fun, aren't you?
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
How do I do the, auto thingy again?
The control room of the merry-go-round lifted out of the ground. What is your plan once I am inside?
It is a control room. Maybe we can do something in there.
I do not think it will be that easy.
Just try it. I didn't expect to see this inside.
I do not see an exit.
But there's something suspicious here.
I see 2 bird cages.
Looks like there's something inside them. Take a look.
A bird cage. There are ripped pieces of paper inside. Let's see.
What is it?
It looks like a picture of something.
Picture?
A bird cage. There are ripped pieces of... All right.
Nothing happened.
All I did was move the cage. There are torn pieces of paper. Leave it to me. Done. But...
You were able to get out?
Mizuki must be having a hard time.
But the cage is gone. We can get to Mizuki now.
Yeah, her parents got divorced, so she was mad because they were together in that photo, and then they weren't together anymore.
Do you not see the horses spinning at hurricane speeds?
You can do it if you try a little.
No, you can't.
All right, fine. We have to stop the spinning.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
I think the panda ride is the most likely to help us.
The panda head is spinning. Huh? A horse?
Well, pandas and horses are pretty similar.
They are completely different. Are you blind?
Yeah, well, they both have 5 letters.
How is that relevant?
The thing stopped spinning, so that's probably good. But those are still spinning.
The panda head is... Why?
Maybe it's like the speaker before.
I see. These were...
That's right.
Mizuki!
Let's go to her.
Got it.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
How do I get in there? Maybe I have to go back over? Yeah.
It's Mizuki! I will imitate you, Date. Aww.
little mini light bulb needs a change? Oh, good boy. Mini, mini, mini. Okay, cutie little mini light bulb. I'll turn you on. Yes, I will. Ah, you turned on. Good job, mini light bulb. Mini, mini, mini.
I never said that before.
No reaction.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
It's Mizuki. What am I supposed to do with my arms?
I'll give you a hug later.
I would prefer that you didn't.
With my eyelid.
Oh, that is what you meant. It's Mizuki!
I'm gonna hug her.
Mizuki.
Yay! We did it! I'm assuming I get some kind of reward for having 2 minutes left. Ooh, box. They gave me 6 minutes, I did it in 4.
Are you okay?
Date.
Thanks.
Date!
Looks like she can talk again.
I mean, I think I very nearly speed ran that. The only thing I think I did wrong was shoving the thing in, and then obviously the smile and the color joke. Those were unneeded actions. Oh, and then I described the panda. So I guess no, I didn't speedrun it at all. I did several choices that were not helpful. But, you know, they give you a lot of time.
I told you I'm fine. So annoying.
Bro, you
I
couldn't
annoyed you
talk
already, huh?
for a minute.
The pressure is annoying.
What pressure?
Force over area measured in pascals, dummy.
I see she is back to her usual self. Her attitude is within normal parameters.
I think I liked her better when she was silent.
Damn, Date. Are you hangry?
I'm fine now, but I didn't forget your promise.
I promised?
For Stu?
Stu, you said you'd take me.
So you heard that.
Aphonia only affects her hearing should still be intact.
Sure, Mizuki.
I can't tell you.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
That's not a reason.
How dare you? We're trying to
You
find
were at
your
the scene
mother's
of the
murderer.
crime because of that Nile message. Whoever sent it to you is a prime suspect.
I don't think she is going to answer. When she is in a mood, it's impossible to get her to talk. That's the kind of girl she is.
Sometimes I think you know her better than I do.
How long do you think I've been observing her?
It's been 4 years now.
Correct. I know that.
Like? Actually, never mind.
By the way, we already looked. Unfortunately, the contents were wiped.
I'm tracing the sender of the Nile message through other means.
Say, Mizuki, who was that figure I saw?
What?
The blue
In
figure.
Somnium, in your dream, I saw a silhouette.
Date, Mizuki would not understand the question. She does not experience somnium as you do. You are witnessing a dream inside her brain.
You wouldn't remember.
Never mind. Did you see anyone at the merry-go-round the night you found Shoko?
I did. I saw someone in the corner past the merry-go-round.
Who did you see?
I don't know. It was dark and rainy. They looked scary, so I hid inside the merry-go-round. The door was open a little bit, so I snuck.
Then I got stuck.
Aiba is linked to your brain with an artificial nerve. To put it more simply, Aiba is a part of your brain. During syncing, your consciousness is sent into the subject's somnium. Part of Aiba's self is also synced, but only a part. Not all of Aiba's functions are transferred into Somnium.
So that's why Somnium Aiba is so dumb.
Don't call me dumb.
Hey, Pewter, when we were in Somnium, she's never looked like that before.
That was Aiba's...
What?
I thought you would be more pleased. I designed it to your taste.
Well, part of that was my...
I know everything inside your mind.
Pewter, Aiba's broken. She's talking...
I am not.
Perhaps Aiba
It's not. It was just... I consider Kaname Date to be my host. I simply thought that appearance...
Why would that make me...
Oh, that. I saw...
Who or what do you think it was?
Most likely. Dreams can only be constructed. Mizuki's Somnium couldn't have contained that... Of course, not everything we see in our dreams looks exactly the same as it did in the real. You saw some strange things and... That event you experienced is... Dreams are a collage of your skills as a sinker.
I just feel like we're really just over-explaining everything.
Experienced dreams are... However, the sinker dives into the subject's mind and... But this dream is experienced as an observer. The subject is the author. The sinker is...
Pewter.
Well, let's see. Perhaps... It was you, Special Agent Date.
What?
I'm kidding.
Can I see boss? Here we go.
No need to report we saw it all from here on the... What the sinker sees in some, we've got it all recorded.
Isn't it?
Anyway, I wonder who that could... How would I know? We still don't have... Continue your investigation. Yeah, I'm glad. You healed the wounds in her... Well, You...
The boss has extraordinary... I deserve much of the credit for...
All you did was follow my...
Date, protect her. Right, there... Hey, Mizuki. When we found you, you were holding the ice pick, right? Can you tell us why?
When I got there, the ice pick was... It was stuck in my mom's eye. I couldn't think. The only thing I could think was I had to get it out.
So you panicked and pulled it out.
Yeah.
And you held on to it when you hid in the column.
Yeah.
I know what we figured.
Okay, just... This is very... When you pulled out the ice pick, was Shoko's eye still there?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
The eye socket was empty.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mizuki. That was very helpful.
So that's new information.
Moments like this, she doesn't hesitate to ask anything.
Now we know that Mizuki did not remove the victim's eye.
When we got to the scene, it was definitely missing.
And it has not yet been recovered. We can therefore conclude it has been removed from the scene.
Considering she was not murdered there.
Anyway, Mizuki witnessed a suspicious person, but she didn't get a good look at them.
Maybe there's something at the scene we... Date, could you return to this? There might be more to Bloom...
Alrighty. I think we're gonna call it there. I'll go to Bloom Park just so that we autosave. Yeah, so far, I would say, this is enjoyable. I feel like it's a little bit dumbed down compared to the Zero Escape games. Oh, I can also manually save. Excellent. Considering it did not autosave at all, apparently. Oh, that made a sound kind of similar to 999. But yeah, it just feels a little bit dumbed down. It's people repeating things a lot, and I feel like it's not that complicated. I'm sure that the puzzles are going to get harder. They're already not easy, because, you know, dream logic doesn't make sense, so you're kind of just experimenting and being creative. But the interviewing, and the other thing is that so far, I think there's only been, like, one visual clue, which was the box with the little statuette in it. That's where we found the idol's name. But other than that, it's mostly just talking to people and just, like, keep clicking to get them to keep talking to you. So that's kind of annoying. I kind of wish that was more of a visual novel, honestly. But I'm liking it so far. I'm not feeling super connected to the characters yet. But it is only 2 hours, 45 minutes in. So, it's a long game. I'll probably continue to play this offline. So, you know, it's not like a ground where I'm never going to touch that again. I'm interested, and I'm interested in playing more. So, yeah, I think I would recommend this game, especially if it's on sale, because it is the older of the games. There is a sequel now. So, yeah, probably recommend getting this. Let's see if we can raid anybody. There's nobody on right now. So I will just go ahead and end the stream. Thank you to Blur and Echo and Carla for following today. Have a wonderful day, and please be sure to stay safe. Have a good one.